All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 1 of Beats and Eats, the breakdown. I'm here with the music man, Adam Sorensen. What's up, brother?
What's up, Eddie?
I'm great. We talked about doing this for a long time, and now we're here. We're doing it, and such an occasion, special occasion, because there's a great fight coming up.
Yeah, it's an exciting fight. Everybody's been looking forward to this one, and it's been a while since the UFC has visited Chicago, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's great.
So for me, like before, so this year, 2025 for fights, I think there was like 3 like almost super fights that I wanted to see, right? John Jones, Ton Aspinall, didn't happen. Ilya and Islam, that didn't happen. And the third one, which was, last but not least, was this one, Khamzat and Dricus. Man, this is the fight. So I'm excited. And how about you, brother? What are you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, so I think the steam has been kind of I think he's got one of the longest streaks currently in the UFC and the 3rd longest streak ever for a middleweight.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. Beautiful.
Yeah. So he's kind of breaking some new ground, and it's just it was inevitable that these two were going to have to clash, and they're both very willful and kind of forceful, and it's just going to be amazing. It's kind of like just inevitable that they have to smash into each other. So it's going to be exciting because only one person is going to walk away with the victory. So, regardless, somebody is going to kind of end the
streak. Somebody's streak. Yeah,
somebody's streak is going to end. So that's always exciting. I mean, you got to kind of save those, right? There's only so many of those.
Yeah, I think that this is a fight where it's almost like the cliche, the immovable object and the unstoppable force, right? It's like that cliche because both these guys, they fight so hard, and when either of them is fighting, it's almost switched a bit against them, right? So like Dricus is fighting, I thought he was going to beat him. He smashed easy. I thought Strickland was going to be close to smash Strickland, and it's like these two guys are incredible. So and Khamzat, whenever he fights, it's almost like it doesn't matter who he fights, he's going to win. So both of these guys don't lose, which is crazy. I love it. I love it, man. So tell me, what do you think is going to happen?
So I've, as we've been talking, I've gone over a bunch of the fights.
Yeah, tell me.
I try to go over everything in one fell swoop so I can kind of process the past several fights of each fighter. And the stats and everything. Okay. And one thing that I notice, the huge difference. So, for example, take Duplessis versus Strickland 1.
Yes. Okay.
Arguably, Strickland won that fight.
I thought Strickland won the fight.
Dana said, specifically and directly that he thought Strickland won the fight. So, right there, and this is a I mean, relatively speaking, this is a recent fight.
Yeah, for sure.
If you look at the fact that Duplessis, and it's a second fight as well, he broke Strickland's nose, which had a huge impact. I mean, obviously, his point is to win the fight, so Strickland took the damage.
Yeah.
But if you look at Strickland's fighting style, if Strickland were to stand in the octagon with Khamzat Chimaev, he wouldn't make it out.
He wouldn't make it out for sure.
Probably not make it out in the first round.
Yeah.
His takedown defense is great, but not against Chimaev. Chimaev is on a totally different level. Also, when you see the Brunson Duplessis fight, Brunson owned him in the first in the first round
Okay.
of that
Yeah,
fight.
yeah.
Obviously, they both got gassed.
Sure.
So, but Brunson more so. So then Duplessis kind of overpowered him. But he didn't, it wasn't finesse or skill. It wasn't like watching Izzy kind of dance around and strike like a master.
Izzy Anderson Silva.
No, it was like watching slow motion, you know, kind of, just like, it was, you know, like, yeah, it was like rock'em sock'em robots. So, in my opinion, you know, everybody talks about the Gilbert Burns and Khamzat Chimaev fight, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Because obviously Gilbert caught him once, and you know, if it would have been in the middle of the round, Gilbert could have very well ended that fight.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think Chimaev has had, and I specifically watched that where Gilbert caught him. And the way that Chimaev came back, even after he got clipped really hard, he came back like a total animal. I feel like Chimaev is just wired in a different way. And I just don't feel like, I do not feel like Duplessis has the skill set. Chimaev's wrestling, like Rogan says this all the time, his wrestling is on such a high level. It's so clean, it's so good, and it's so powerful. You know, when you watch him wrestle Usman, Usman is an amazing wrestler, and he was able to weather the storm, but he still got manhandled for two rounds until he came back. And obviously, if that Usman fight would have went 5 rounds, Usman could have won.
Yeah,
but
that's what everybody says, right? Oh, if it was longer, Usman would have won. Yeah,
but they were both fighting a 3-round fight, and Chimaev won the fight.
Yeah.
So I don't see the way that. So you know, we were talking right here. The average fight length for Dricus du Plessis, 13 minutes and 45 seconds. The average fight length for Khamzat Chimaev, 6 minutes and 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Man.
That's a huge difference. So
That's Khamzat is like less than half. So his skill set is so high level and so clean and so precise. Duplessis is a guy who can kind of weather the storm and kind of power it out like the big heavy bull that he is.
Sure.
But I don't think that's going to work with someone who operates with Chimaev. Notwithstanding the fact that Chimaev has upped his cardio.
Yeah,
and he's not
not
having to cut as much weight. So I think Chimaev's skill set, in my opinion, kind of surpasses Dricus's durability. And I also think that Chimaev's stand-up, I really tried to pay attention to his stand-up to see if he could hang. Because everybody knows he's the best wrestler, right?
For sure, by far.
But man, his stand-up and his jabs and his accuracy, it's his motions in that are a little quirky, like it's a little kind of bouncy and stuff. But I think he's also a great striker, and you know, he can shoot from like, you know,
that's crazy,
from the other side of the octagon. So you can't ever just relax and sit in the pocket with him, man. Yeah. Because once he takes you down, like that could be it. And as Laura Senko was saying in one of her, which was great, man. She had so much info. Yeah. Which is that he's not just a great grappler and wrestler, but he's a great submitter. I mean, he's a submission artist.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Chimaev, it's not just that he's going to wrestle you and then do nothing with it. Yeah. He's going to wrestle you and then choke you out and spend the entire time. Usman didn't get choked out because he's such a great wrestler and his defense is so good.
Yeah, for sure.
The way that Usman defended himself in that fight was incredible. And again, that was a short notice fight for him.
Yeah.
But
off the couch, Usman.
So that was a really long answer. Yeah. But sorry, man.
That's all right.
But I think Chimaev, for me, on paper, you know, and again, everybody says don't bet against Duplessis anymore because he always ends up winning.
He always wins. Yeah.
But yeah, I think if Khamzat has his cardio sorted out, if that's legit and figured out, I don't think Dricus stands a chance.
Okay, I think Khamzat is one of the main things. Is I think their background. Okay, Dricus, you know, he's from South Africa. It looks like he has, you know, a pretty solid background, you know, like a good family, like, you know, good upbringing and stuff. And I'm not saying Khamzat doesn't, but there's kind of growing up in like a, looks like a middle classy sort of a home. I'm not sure, right?
Sure.
But then if you look at how Khamzat was brought up, you know, he grew up in like a war-torn sort of area in Chechnya. He had to leave, right? You know, for me, for example, growing up, you know, you worried about, you know, being late for school or if a girl didn't like you or whatever, right? Whereas something like maybe like Khamzat,
Yeah.
he had to worry about, you know, the building coming down, and he probably lost a lot of people growing up, right?
Yeah.
So this builds some kind of like a viciousness, like a when he goes to the ring, you can see that he likes that.
Yeah.
He wants to fight. It's almost like a pit bull,
Yeah.
right? Like a pit bull that's kind of on the leash.
Yeah.
And he basically, you know, they release him and he just goes. It's like those movies where, like a 300 movie or whatever, where they have this kind of like just beast tied down.
Yeah.
And then when they let him go, he just kind of goes,
Yeah.
right? So Khamzat for me is, I think he's like next level. And yeah, sorry, these guys, they're not looking at the door. It drives me insane. Yeah, my bad. Yeah. But yeah, so Khamzat, I lost my train of thought. Khamzat for sure, 100%.
Yeah, I think I've also considered the same thing. I think Khamzat and Dricus are both from a really different background.
Yeah.
And if you watch the way that the two of them respond to the fight and to being in the octagon, and especially to after they win, I mean, Khamzat, like you said, it's clear that he is very comfortable in chaos. And if anything, he kind of almost feeds off of it.
He loves that stuff, man.
He loves it. You can see by the look in his eye. And there isn't another fighter I can think of who grabs his mouthpiece out of his mouth and throws it into the audience.
Yeah. Now, like I've seen that, but what I'm saying also is, like when he came out and he just kept smashing everybody, and they're like, you know, what's next for you? And he's like, fight anybody, kill anybody. He just screams, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, that's a couple years ago, but still, you see this guy. I think he's mellowed out a little bit, but he's still this guy who. I mean, you know, when they say, you know, pick 5 guys to, you know, fight the aliens with or whatever, Khamzat's number 1, always number 1, because he's just like, he's the guy. He's going for it. And like you're talking about his takedowns, right? So he goes like he does these like dive takedowns, and you can see sometimes people see them, and then they will sprawl. But he'll from the ground get up and take the back from somebody sprawled to block his takedown.
Yeah.
It's just so next level. And when he gets, if he's able to like close that grip, you're going for a ride. Like Usman, who's amazing, got ragdolled in the first round, right?
Yeah.
Whitaker got absolutely mauled.
Yeah, that was
right?
brutal.
So anybody who is going to wrestle with him is going to get destroyed. Okay, Dricus is massive, and he's not going to be easy to throw around, but Usman is massive, right?
Usman is massive, yeah.
Usman is massive. So,
and I think the thing about Dricus is, you know, he's very powerful. Like he's a heavy, thick, bulky guy. He's got a very short neck.
Yeah, it's like a tank.
So yeah, he looks, you know, he kind of looks like that kind of pit bull thing, whereas Khamzat is kind of much longer, like his torso and his head, like it's a much longer frame. And the build on the two guys is you know, their body styles are really different. I think Dricus, in one of the YouTube videos I watched, Khamzat was kind of mocking Dricus' striking. He was throwing these kind of heavy, lumbering overhands, you know, where it looks like he's swimming or something like that. And it was pretty. I mean, he's kind of mocking that, you know, that fighting style. Yeah. I think Dricus' style works as the fight wears on, as it progresses on, kind of because he just doesn't give up and he has a lot of power. Yeah. But I think with
the will, he's got that will to like not stop.
He does have that will, but Khamzat's got that like you said, Khamzat's a killer.
Yeah, if you were to see him, I mean, in a non trying to insult the guy, it's like a psychopath almost. Like he's just like, I'm here to kill, like a hitman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's just like, I'm here for this. This is my job.
Yeah, he seems to be.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems clearly that he's kind of wired differently.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I guess because his upbringing, he's probably seen a lot of, death and stuff like that in, his childhood, and which sucks, which is awful because, coming from a place where, something like bombings and that would be normal, and it's cool that he left, and, he did all the wrestling and stuff, and that kept him kind of off the street, right?
Yeah.
But, upbringing like that is tough.
Yeah,
it's tough.
man,
And
it's
I'm not saying that Dricus doesn't have a shot,
Right.
because everybody now is kind of counting out Dricus,
Right.
but because he always gets counted out and he always wins, right? It's just this one time. It's just Khamzat. It's just you can't really see him on his back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't see that.
And I can't. So with Dricus, I don't want to say that I can't see Dricus winning.
Yeah,
because
for sure you can.
Again, Dricus seems to just kind of pull it out, amazingly sometimes. But
not like Conor McGregor pulling it out. I mean, but yeah.
Yeah, no. Different kind of pulling it out.
Yeah.
But the thing is, man, like, when just again, citing that the first Strickland Dricus fight.
Yeah.
If you just pop Khamzat into that equation, like there's no possible way that Sean Strickland could, in my opinion, could beat. I think Sean's great and his fighting style is interesting, but Dricus hasn't fought in, as far as I could recall, anybody who's even close as far as their wrestling level to where Khamzat's at. Khamzat is so advanced. His body control is like, when you watch how he plants his legs and just his kind of foundation. Yeah, it's watching Usman, who is also like who was a reigning champion forever.
He was one of the GOATs. Yeah.
And still, I think Usman is still up there. I think he can still beat just about everybody.
Well, he just beat who was it? Up and coming guy, amazing dude. But I actually picked him to beat Usman.
It wasn't Roman. No, it wasn't Roman Dolitz. It was.
It was this really good dude. That I can't. I'm blanking on the name, but I
can't remember either.
But Usman just won. So everybody thought, okay, Usman's washed.
Yeah.
And then he comes up and he wins that fight, and it's just like, it's amazing. Yeah. And he dominated with his wrestling.
Yeah. And also, it was pretty awesome to watch Volk come back.
Yeah.
And beat Diego. That was great. Seeing Volk just kind of get his mojo back after some hard losses.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a big Volk fan, so I just love the guy. I think he's great for the sport. He's a great champion, and the cool thing about him is he handles wins and defeats both really gracefully.
Joaquin Buckley.
Oh, Joaquin Buckley, yeah.
Yeah, I picked Joaquin Buckley to win that fight, actually, because he's just been plowing through everybody, and everybody's like, Usman's washed, blah, blah, blah.
And Buckley's got really heavy hands, man.
He's tough, man.
when his fists go by, it's like a...
Yeah, he's a monster, man.
Yeah.
And so...
He's a monster.
So, yeah, I think we both probably agree on the Khamzat fight.
Yeah. Again, the caveat being, we don't want to look like complete idiots if DDP pulls it out.
Yeah, no, for sure. He can totally do it.
He can.
Yeah.
Because he's done it over and over.
He keeps doing it. Yeah. And I actually really like DDP. He's a really good guy.
Yeah.
Clean cut guy, a family guy.
Yeah.
Right? Takes care of his team. He's not changed his team since he started MMA, which is crazy.
That's right.
Usually once people start getting, better, they just they head out to the States or they head out somewhere, right?
Yeah.
He's still there. So I think and the funny thing is, in Taiwan, I've met a lot of South African guys.
Yeah.
And they're probably like the most chill guys ever.
Yeah.
And Dricus is just so South African. I probably know like 10 South African guys that are similar to him. They're just so chill.
Yeah.
And they're super friendly.
Yeah.
And super polite.
Yeah.
And it's a weird thing to say, but he always reminds me of the guys that I know here. Like he's just one of the boys.
Sure.
So it's tough for me to pick against him because he's a great guy. I just think that Khamzat is just a killer. Yeah. So let's see.
Yeah, Khamzat's a killer, and you know, I think everyone keeps mentioning Khamzat's cardio.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Obviously he knows that as well.
Yeah.
It's not like it's lost on him that his cardio needs to be, you know, solid for 5 rounds.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, he's obviously been doing the training with Coach Cal, garage training with Aaron Pico.
Aaron Pico, yeah.
Yeah,
We'll talk about him in a sec here, yeah.
Yeah, they've been training together, just working on cardio and that and endurance. And I feel like Khamzat seems to me to be at a place where, you know, he wants, everybody knows he can be champion.
Sure. Yeah.
And like you said, it's kind of perfect. The timing is perfect. They're
Once in a blue moon, we get a fight where things are like perfect.
Yeah.
Two prime guys.
They're doing it.
They're killers. They're amazing.
Yeah.
They're pretty much undefeated.
Yeah.
I think Drick has lost some fights before UFC. I didn't see any of the ones that he lost, but in the UFC, he's undefeated. Khamzat's never probably lost a fight in his life.
Yeah, Dreek is his
Yeah.
professional career 23-2-0, and Khamzat is 14-0.
Okay.
So yeah, so he lost 2. Age of each guy is 31.
Okay.
Height, Chimaev has 1 inch on Duplessis. That's probably because Duplessis' neck is so short.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
But Duplessis has a 76-inch reach. Khamzat has a 75-inch reach.
Okay. So they're pretty close everywhere, right?
They are.
I can't wait for the face-off. That's what I can't wait for. I've been waiting for that. You know, I want to see them face off. And that kind of tells a lot. But I see both of them kind of not backing down in the face-off. I just want to see kind of the height, how they look, you know, face-to-face. Yeah. I'm excited.
Here's another stat that I think is really important. Takedown defense. Duplessis, 50%. Khamzat Chimaev, 100%.
Probably 100. Yeah.
100%.
I don't think anyone's even tried to take him down.
That's so if you isolate, if you remove Duplessis being able to take him down.
Yeah.
That leaves that means Duplessis stand up is going to be, and again, Duplessis, you know, arguably lost to Sean Strickland the first time, and the second time they were still pretty close. I thought, you know, he caught his nose, but Strickland just kind of got stuck.
Looked like he gave up.
He just got stuck in a rut, and he didn't change his game plan at all.
Yep. I just want to quickly jump in on Drickus because people were talking about that stat with him saying, you know, 100% takedown defense, and he said nobody's ever tried to take him down. Everybody's running away from Khamzat, running away from his crazy wrestling. And Drickus said, I'm going to go for a takedown.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting to see.
It is interesting. I think it's easy for Drickus to say that, and Drickus has a kind of otherworldly self-confidence.
For sure.
The reality of that situation is going to be that Khamzat, you know, basically entered this world as you know, he came out of the womb as a wrestler.
Yeah.
The guy wrestles on just a different level. When he can hang and arguably get the better of people who are currently Olympic champions. Yeah. Drickus can his power is not going to be useful if he doesn't know how to manage his weight. I mean, and the thing is, I think with wrestling, it's about the muscle memory, and it's about having those positions so ingrained. It's just like playing. It's just like what we do, playing music or cooking or anything. You don't have to think about it.
You don't think about it. Yeah,
no, you just do it.
And then when you try to train somebody, it's almost like common sense to you, but it's the there's a term for it, but like it's the. You know this thing so well that for you it's just like it's normal. Yeah. But it's the curse of knowledge. That's what it is. You know something so well. Like for me, if I want to go up and play guitar, I have no idea how to play guitar. Sure. So for you, you'd be like, "What are you talking about? This is no problem." right? And vice versa. You know, you're out there, you're making, 20 tables are waiting, and you just bang, bang, bang out the food. And it's, when I get new staff into the kitchen, they're like, "Oh, I like cooking. I love it."
Yeah.
And then I'm like, "Well, there's cooking, and then there's rush hour on Saturday."
Yeah.
When you're in the kitchen.
Different thought process.
It's very different.
Yeah,
You got to be able to multitask. You got to just push through everything. You just have to kill it, right?
Yeah.
I think we got a comment here. Hold up. Let's see what we got. Getting an echo when it switches camera angles. Oh, sorry about that. I will have to double check. But yes. I think I know what it is. But yeah, I think it's on this right here. Right? Yes. All right, fixed.
Cool.
Sorry, I had to try a little bit of a different setup this time. Yeah. Anyways, if anybody's watching and has any, thing to add to this, I think that we're going to do a lot of these, and I also think that I can set it up with the Rodecaster Pro that I've got here, where people can like call in.
Oh, great.
People can call in and be like, "Hey, this is what I think."
That's great.
So it'll be cool. We'll do a call-in show. Yeah, but I want to switch it up to the next. Where are we at? Bam! There we go. So we're right here, right? So yeah, Drickus. I guess you're calling Khamzat. He's going to win that.
Yeah.
What do you think? Which round?
Yeah. Which round? So
Go back to Khamzat.
I think Drickus is possibly tough enough.
He can last. Yeah.
Maybe to last the first round. I'm going to say, and again, well, obviously I could be wrong, but round 2.
Okay.
I feel like Khamzat chokes him out in round 2.
Okay.
Submission in round 2. Yeah.
That sounds pretty accurate. I have to say one more thing. If you go back
but I'm so afraid, man, because I know DDP. You're
he's
like
amazing. I love that guy.
Yeah, he's
a great guy.
Something weird is gonna happen, and he's gonna pop out, and I don't think, if Khamzat gets gassed, so is DDP. I don't think
for sure.
I don't think Khamzat's tank is going to get jeopardized. I think they both have done the work, and I think they both have the cardio in there.
Okay.
But there's no way I can foresee in any realm that Drickus is going to be able to compete with Khamzat's wrestling. No way.
Yeah.
Drickus' striking is kind of heavy, and when he does those bursts, I feel like he could make some headway, and he could maybe catch Khamzat here and there. Yeah. But again, Khamzat is not worried about Drickus shooting on him. Not worried
about anything.
And Drickus has to think about. And if he attempts to say, "Hey, I'm going to really wrestle with you," he's going to lose the fight right there.
Gotcha.
He's going to lose. There's no way.
Also, one more thing with Khamzat, if you go back and watch the Kevin Holland fight, that was just a ragdoll fest until he caught him in something. That was crazy. Yeah. It was just like it was crazy, man. It was cool, but like, wow, I thought Holland might actually land something, but he just got torn up. It was crazy, man. Yeah, I think, and again, I think what Duplessis has been saying, like what you said, I think Duplessis has been saying, I want him to take me. I want to wrestle. I'm not going to get away from that. It's like, man, that's a tough one. Yeah, that is not going to work for you, man, because this guy has been doing just that on the highest level for forever, and I just don't think there's any way. He's like a great musician when he wrestles. He's like a guy who doesn't have to think about it. In like a flow state. He's Satori. Like he is what he's doing. Yeah. And it's kind of like Khabib, Khabib had a similar thing where you knew when Khabib got a hold of you, Khabib's striking was kind of awkward. Yeah, for sure. And it was just quirky and weird, but you just always knew that when he gets a hold of you, and I think a similar thing with Khabib and Khamzat is they both have that other gear, that like crazy gear. Yeah. Where this little snap, right? Switch. I mean, Khabib beat Conor McGregor and then jumped over the cage and attacked Dylan Dennis in the audience. That was crazy, man. I watched that. A normal guy wins that fight, and he's like, "Yeah, I won. Thank you, everybody." Yeah. He won, and that first of all, they had to pull him off. That was McGregor. They had to yank him off as he was screaming, and then he jumped over it. That's how Khamzat's built. Those cats are built different. It's a different thing. We got a couple things. So this card is huge for dogs. Murphy, DDP. Ruziboev, Hernandez, agree. I think DDP may have the mental edge, which is underrated. He is a champ for a reason. That's 100%. Khamzat is scary for sure. Yeah, DDP is always, everybody's like, no, this guy doesn't have it, and he always wins. Agree.
Yeah.
Khamzat couldn't just run through a grounded Usman, and he is depleted. Yeah. So you're thinking that Khamzat has a problem wrestling prime Usman is what the comment is saying. Possible, but Usman coming off the couch, Usman was what he got, and definitely he wasn't able to finish him though. But yeah, let's
look at that. So Usman on short notice was basically ragdolled seriously for the first round, and also for the second, before he started to kind of come back.
Yeah.
And this is a guy who wasn't an up and coming guy. He was a reigning champion, like arguably one of the greatest in that division ever.
He had just lost, right, the belt to
Leon Edwards.
Leon Edwards, yeah.
Which in a fight that he was winning, and he lost because he got caught in the head.
For sure.
And Leon, obviously, it was shown clearly, when he was smashed on his head by Bilal, that he didn't have a well-rounded enough skill set to remain there. Usman is an incredible wrestler, and
his knees are toast now, apparently.
His knees maybe
but
toast,
he's still amazing.
But there is no way a guy that was reigning champion for that long, I don't care if he's coming off the couch, whatever, a guy who has that skill set gets ragdolled like that, like, particularly in that first round. I mean, that was stunning. I just watched that fight last night again.
Okay. Gotcha.
And just watching him, it was, man, again, Khamzat's just on a different level. The reason Usman was able to weather that storm, the reason is because he's such a great wrestler that his defense was able to keep him alive, so that they can go to stand up in that third round. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's. We're talking a lot about the main event, but what about the co-main? We got Lerone Murphy and Aaron Pico. So Aaron Pico, I remember when he was coming up, and he signed with Bellator, and he was this undefeated phenom, and I believe he lost his first fight, at least his first fight in Bellator, and everybody was like, it's over. And then he kind of came back, and then he was kind of smashing everybody. And then, of course, Bellator got bought out by PFL. Yeah. And then there's a lot of fighters like MVP, Michael Venom Page, right, that came over, which is great. Pitbull as well. And so Aaron Pico is now, this is his kind of debut.
Yeah.
And I've seen a few of his fights. I haven't seen that many because I didn't watch that much Bellator. But I remember everybody just raving about this guy. And I did see a lot of his stuff. And it's pretty awesome. So what do you think?
Well, so obviously these guys, I know, I've been, like everybody, I've been kind of hyper-focused on the main event because it's so exciting. Yeah. But Lerone's physicality, he's pretty amazing. Like, I mean, just physically, he is strong, agile.
Tough test for Aaron Pico.
Strong, agile, fast, and he looks like a killer in there. Pico, everybody, what I've been kind of gleaning from all the podcasts that I've been watching and the interviews is that everybody thinks that Pico is kind of stepping up to a different level of competition.
Yeah. And
that Lerone might be a little higher than what he's anticipating. So maybe it's gonna be interesting to see if what level Aaron is on relative to Lerone, like where they're at. It seems like it could be lopsided, but again, it could be, styles make fights, so it could be that Aaron shows up to the fight and there's just something that works and he dominates. Could go either way.
So we have another comment here saying that definitely, Bellator, PFL, all that, when their champions come over, more often than not, they get dominated in the UFC by kind of like a maybe a top 10 guy.
Right.
Patchy Mix, right? We got that there, Patchy Mix.
Yeah.
That happened to him. And I had heard so many amazing things. Everybody's raving about Patchy Mix. And I just remembered the name over. And I hadn't had a chance to watch him fight. And I was so excited. And the guy he fought, I like him. He's quite good. Mexican dude, right? And I thought, okay, they're kind of going to give him something kind of, like Ben Askren, when Ben Askren fought Robbie Lawler.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to give him some, like a reasonably tough guy.
Yeah.
Because, you know, for Dana, it's a win-win, right? Dana thinks if we smash a champ from Bellator or PFL or wherever, right, that's good for us.
Right.
Or if we bring this guy in, like Justin Gaethje came in from World Series of Fighting. He was a champ. He came in, and he started smashing everybody all the way up to the top. And then, of course, you couldn't take Khabib. Khabib was a monster. No one could take Khabib. So definitely shades of Patchy mix there.
The other thing about Patchy also kind of opened his mouth a little bit too much at the press conference and said he was he's home. This is where he's supposed to be, and that he's the greatest in the world right now, or something like that. It's like, I mean, it's great to have confidence. Yeah. Obviously, Ilya's got pretty he's insane off the rails confidence.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But Ilya does what he says.
It's kind of like Prime Connor.
Yeah.
Right? When he would call it, they called me Mystic Mac because I predict these things, you know? Like, Prime Connor was amazing.
The thing about Ilya is compared to Connor, Ilya's really focused, man.
True.
Like, when he talks about these things, he talks about them specifically, and he's not all excited and being goofy and off the... Connor...
Prime Connor was...
Yeah.
He was more of a showman for sure.
Obviously,
but Connor, but I mean, back to this though, the Patchy mix.
Yeah.
It also recently happened with Pitbull.
It did.
And Pitbull fought Yair Rodriguez.
He did. I didn't think, in my opinion, Pitbull got owned the same way that I thought Patchy was
dominated.
Really flat, kind of embarrassed himself.
Yeah.
I don't think Patricio Pitbull did. I think Pitbull, in Pitbull's second fight, I thought he looked better and he looked like he was getting more comfortable with it. I mean, and then RDR
from ONE FC, he was a monster.
Yeah, man. RDR, watching RDR.
I was excited to watch him fight because I seen RDR, Rainier de Ritter. I watched him in ONE FC. He's one of the few guys that I watched in ONE FC.
Yeah.
He went, and there was another guy called Ong La In Sung, who was like just giant, massive Asian dude who just was a double champ, and he just was smashing everybody. And then RDR went in and took his middleweight belt, and then 6 months later, he fought him for his light heavyweight belt, and then he took both belts.
Yeah,
and he just mangled him on the ground.
Yeah,
and he was amazing. And I thought I know he lost eventually, but I know when he came to the UFC, I thought this is going to be interesting. And he's been on the up and up. He's been looking great.
Yeah, he's,
his last fight with Whitaker was it Whitaker? Yeah, not as good.
Yeah,
but Whitaker's a monster.
Whitaker is a monster, but again, so look at what RDR did to Bo Nickel.
That was crazy.
That was painful to watch. I mean, he very literally kicked his ass. I mean, he beat him into submission. The body shots that Nickel took were just brutal. I mean, Nickel just gave up. This is a guy who wrestled at the highest level.
Elite.
Yeah. College wrestling, right? An incredible athlete.
American wrestler, elite guys, they don't give up. Those guys are like the fittest guys on the planet. It's crazy. Yeah.
And it just showed that RDR has this other gear and power, and he's so long, man.
Dutch kickboxing.
The guy is so long.
Dutch kickboxing, right?
Just lethal. So, again, interesting thing, RDR, watching him do that to Bo Nickel, and then, the really close fight with Rob Whitaker. Some people thought Whitaker won that fight.
True. I didn't, but true.
And then you look at Whitaker versus Chimaev.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Right.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
How fast Whitaker tapped.
Yes.
I mean, the jaw got snapped.
Yeah.
Or the teeth got snapped.
Yeah.
Something here got snapped off, which is crazy. Yeah.
So I think you're right on. I think regarding Aaron Pico, it could go either way. If he might show up and just be on another level, and really prove that he needs to be here or should be here, or Lerone might just school him. And I kind of feel,
I think he might.
I kind of feel like watching Lerone fight, man. He looks really,
He's a killer.
He looks really good. Yeah,
he does look good.
If I was to make a choice,
If you were a betting man,
yeah, I would go with Lerone, just because we've seen some non-spectacular debuts from other organizations.
Aside from RDR, it's been rough. Yeah. Okay, beautiful. Let's see who else we got on there. So Lerone, Aaron Pico, Jeff Neal, Hands of Steel.
Yeah,
he's always a killer. And Carlos Prates is he's the Brazilian guy that everybody talks about because he'll go out and party and he'll smoke cigarettes and stuff like right before, like the day before the fight, and he'll just go in and he'll smash everybody. So this guy's, but whatever he's doing is working, right?
For now.
Yeah. Okay.
It works until it doesn't, right?
Yeah.
I think Neal is pretty solid. I mean, again, he's got it all depends on it really depends on where Neal's at with his training. Like, is he collecting a paycheck, or does he actually want to win? And I think some of the veterans, you got to kind of ask yourself, like, are they training just to keep the gig, just to keep the job, or are they training to ascend and to kind of climb up in the rankings? Because it seems like
it's like the shades of like a journeyman. You're like, is this guy a journeyman? Is he happy to be a gatekeeper, or does he actually have title aspirations? Is what you're saying?
Yeah,
right?
It's a really different mentality. Similarly, like, and I'm a huge Dustin Poirier fan. I think Dustin is one of my favorite fighters. Man, he's great. But I feel like Dustin was telling everybody that he was ready to leave fighting long before he left.
Well, Dana always says that if you're thinking about it, you should just stop.
Just quit. Yeah,
because and it's tough. Everybody loves Dustin Poirier. I seen him fight in Calgary. He fought. I seen him fight Eddie Alvarez in Calgary 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, man.
Oh man. When his music hits, you're just like, oh man, it's Dustin Poirier. It's amazing.
Dustin's a monster, man.
Yeah.
And he's a great person, and just watching him fight, So, but again, I think for the fans, for us, because we're here, I mean, we're kind of following the storylines on these fighters.
Love it.
And I feel like if somebody kind of lets everybody know, hey, I am, I'm kind of winding it down. It's like, man, like, we don't want to. This particular sport isn't.
It's a young man's sport, basically, right?
Not just a young man's sport, but a hungry man's sport. Like, if you don't have title aspirations or want to keep your place in the line, and you're just kind of collecting a check, it's like nobody wants to see that.
You can't coast, right?
No, nobody wants to see that. It's such a high level, high stakes game that everybody, and I think that's why, for that reason, that's why Chimaev and Duplessis are so exciting.
They're just monsters. Yeah.
Duplessis wants to be the greatest in his division ever.
He wants Khamzat.
He wants Khamzat. He wants the best. Yeah, and Khamzat wants to be champion. These guys need to have that happen. Like, that's what we always want to see.
Prime guys. Like I said, in this 2025, you wanted John Jones, Tom Aspinall. You wanted Ilya Islam.
Yes, absolutely.
And you wanted Khamzat and Dricus. And we got one at least.
But Ilya and Patty,
I'd like that too.
We kind of got to get that out of the way.
Oh, yeah, we'll put that at number 4 for sure.
We've got to get the drama out of the way, because the water bottle and all that bullshit. Yeah, we got to get it.
Hilarious. We got a couple more comments here, funny. Man. I think RDR's trick is those knees getting through. Yes, agree.
Totally.
He's a slow striker. I don't think he has near what it takes to be at the top. He's 34. He had a long career. Agree, 100%.
Yeah.
Pico doesn't have the strength of schedule. Lerone was out there negating the power of Josh Emmett. Shades of Patchy Mix. Yeah, that's exactly right. Brendan Schaub is greater than Luke Thomas. That's hilarious. Actually, I agree. Luke Thomas, we were talking about Ariel Helwani earlier.
Yeah.
Man, he's an irritating dude. Carlos Prates is just not a finisher. His KOs or walk-off. One time he's needed to finish. Ian Gary in that round. Round 5, he didn't finish Ian Gary off. I don't like that at all. Yeah?
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I think that... Yeah, I think Prates is going to win that. We have to see what Jeff Neal looks like. But he's got these hands of steel, right? So he just needs to land one. But I think it's kind of like the classic, one guy's going up, one guy's kind of coasting or on the way down.
Yeah.
And it's like that. And we were talking about that last BMF fight. I mean, it was a good fight, of course. It was entertaining, sure. But it's not as exciting when there's like two prime guys. Because
Yeah.
I know that Poirier had beat Holloway twice, but
Yeah.
I was pretty sure, because Poirier was already talking about retiring for so long, that Holloway would get that one.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Man, I would have, and I thought
I love Poirier. Yeah.
I do too. I thought
Yeah.
Dustin fought great against Islam,
Yeah.
and I mean, I didn't mind him losing, but I didn't want to see. I was bummed when Islam got a hold of him and submitted him because
as soon as Islam touches you, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I knew going into that fight, again, where MMA has evolved to, if you don't have a ground game that's at a world class level, I'm not talking about takedown defense. I'm talking about offensive, grappling and wrestling. If you can't compete on that level, there are just guys who will beat you. Being a great boxer is not going to cut it.
Yeah.
Again, Ilya has been knocking everybody out, but
crazy,
but if he gets you on the ground, he can easily submit you.
Yeah.
Arguably, he was a better wrestler and grappler before his Roman Greco is off the charts. So I think.
But do you think he would be able to wrestle with Islam?
Ilya?
Yeah, because Islam he's the Dagestani machine, right?
Well, I think Islam.
Khabib 2.0.
Yeah, I think Islam is going to want to stand with Ilya when they fight each other. Islam has that one loss in his career where he got knocked out by that guy.
Yeah.
And so he's hyper focused on becoming a great striker, training with Javier all the time and getting his speed.
Javier Mendez, shout out. Yeah.
Yeah, and when when he caught Charles, and obviously Islam stood with Dustin.
Yeah.
Dustin's got amazing hands, So yeah.
Agree.
Yeah.
Sorry, that drives me nuts.
That's okay.
I gotta hit this bell, or else everybody ignores the customers, right?
That's right. We are
live in my restaurant.
We are live
here.
in a restaurant while we are
Eddie's
talking
Cantina.
about fighting.
Eddie's Cantina, Mexican restaurant, Taipei.
You can smell the beautiful
beans
aroma
and rice.
Eddie's family recipes.
That's right. Come on down, Mexican restaurant, Eddie's Cantina.
That I'm going to eat as soon as we finish.
Yes. Well, let's. The next fight is actually really exciting here. We're gonna do Jared Cannonier, the Killer Gorilla.
Super excited about this fight.
And the MVP, Michael Venom Page.
Super excited.
That's a great fight,
Two totally different styles, two totally different body types.
What's your take on that one?
Man, I'm a huge MVP fan, and I'm
one of the few guys I watched in Bellator as well.
Yeah, I love Cannonier, man, and I think he's a great fighter. He's a tough man. He's just tough as nails.
And he used to fight heavyweight. Like he's fought heavyweight, light heavyweight.
Yeah.
So he has that raw power. Yeah.
He does. MVP has that other, I guess, that X factor, that thing. There's something about So, for example, when MVP fought, what's his name?
Ian Gary.
Ian Gary.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right. Yeah.
So when MVP fought Ian Gary, before the fight started, they're like, "Ooh, I wonder if Ian Gary is young. He's going to be too fast." Yeah. Immediately, like in the first round, they're like MVP is way faster than Ian Gary.
Yeah.
The only reason Ian Gary won that fight is because he grabbed onto MVP and did nothing to him.
Yeah.
He just basically grabbed onto him and didn't let go, and they called that control time. It was bullshit. I think honestly, I think Page MVP is such an incredible, and he's so unique. There's no one in the UFC that fights the way that he does. I mean, obviously,
Wonder Boy, who's similar-ish.
Yes, similar-ish, but
not quite.
MVP's athleticism.
Yeah.
In my opinion, MVP is in his style the same thing that Izzy is in his style.
Yeah.
They both have this. Man, their lateral motion,
it's that flow state, right?
So light on their feet, and they're when you watch his reactions, like how much he's able to avoid and control distance, it's incredible. So, I think Cannonier obviously could catch him,
Yeah.
But skill level, MVP looks really confident and really like in shape. I feel like MVP is going to take this. I would love to see MVP ascend and get a title shot, especially at his age. That would be killer, man. That would be so cool.
Couple more comments. If Khamzat mixes up takedowns and striking, he'll win. I agree.
Yeah.
Topuria might just be too small for Islam, though. Obviously, Volk gave him a run for his money. Strange to predict. I also agree. I think that
Interesting.
I think Islam, he's too big. I mean, I know because they both have good wrestling and good striking. I think that Islam he's crazy. The cool thing about that is when they were talking, to Khamzat's like, I want to be the first, 3-belt champ. And they said, okay, so that means you're going to go down. And what if Islam beats JDM? He's like, would you fight him? He's like, yeah. Islam and Khamzat, oh my God.
Yeah.
That would be, I think Khamzat wins that. I would love to see that. One of them is going to end up on their back, which is like damn near impossible for anybody else to do.
It would be
crazy.
Well, I mean, watching that from a wrestling grappling perspective would be a perpetual masterclass. Yeah, it would be watching two artists, two experts.
Yep.
At control, and then you would just have to see, where the. I mean, obviously, their body styles are going to come into play as well because both of them has such a high skill level.
Yep.
Right.
If you guys are watching, who do you guys think if Khamzat went down to 170 and he fought Islam for the belt? What do you think about that? Because I remember it was about 1 or 2 years ago when Khamzat was just in like crazy Khamzat mode, screaming, and somebody brought up Khabib.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck Khabib, I'll kill Khabib too, And then he kind of like retracted it a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's like, Khamzat's down. Like that's what it's crazy, but I still love it.
I do.
I still love it. Yeah.
So regarding that comment that guy made, I do not think Ilya is too small for Islam. No way. Because Volk versus Islam won. I mean, think about the end of that fight.
Yeah.
I was screaming.
Yeah.
I thought Volk might have done enough to win that fight. He certainly ended in an utterly and completely dominant position.
Yeah.
And he held his own. I think that Ilya's wrestling is on a higher level than Volk's.
Okay.
And I think Ilya's...
We just never see it, right?
Yeah. And Ilya's stand-up, I mean, I'm sorry, but look what he did to Volk.
Yeah.
Ilya's stand-up, Ilya has, Bilal kept saying, I've hands like Canelo. He's got hands like Jello. I mean, he does not have hands like Canelo.
Is it Canelo hands Bilal? No?
He does not have. Bilal does not have hands like Canelo.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
But Ilya does have hands like Ilya has Mike Tyson hands. Ilya has that power that is shocking.
It's crazy to see. He's like a Tyson where it's like he's really compact that he just pulls so much power.
So comparatively, think about Islam standing in the pocket with Ilya. Think about how that's going to play out.
Yeah, he could get clipped for sure.
Islam can maybe kind of hang there, but Ilya is going to study everything about Islam's stand-up. He's going to find the weakness. He's going to wait for the timing, and then he's going to put his lights out.
So you think Ilya beats Islam?
100%.
Really?
No question.
Wow.
No
Okay.
question.
So
no question.
That's going to be our first disagreement here. I think that the size is too much, and I know that Ilya's a tank, but Islam's a tank.
Volk arguably beat Islam in that first exchange, and if that
that's true.
And Volk was in amazing condition at that time, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he was unstoppable. So I think Ilya's power, man.
It's crazy. His power's crazy.
His power is crazy, and honestly, I think his size. I mean, they're going to be the same weight, obviously, but I think Ilya's size is gonna play to his advantage. I think the fact that he's shorter is going to actually help him. I really do. I have 100% confidence that Ilya beats Islam.
I threw out the Islam one. Khamzat watering down to 170. I don't know how durable he is in cardio. Yeah, true. If he gets hit in the head, maybe he's Topuria claims his walk around weight is 180. That's larger than Volk's claimed walk around weight.
Yeah.
So that lends, credence to your take. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for sure Ilya. I mean, Ilya.
I don't know. But I have to say one thing quickly about Islam Volk. I think that fight, the first one, obviously not the second one.
Yeah.
The first one, I think everybody was just so amazed that anyone could do anything to Islam.
Sure.
That's why people were like, no, he won. But actually, if you watch it,
I agree.
Islam dominated, but he didn't. Like usually he's untouchable.
Yeah.
But he was touched
I agree.
many times.
I do agree
Everybody's
with you.
so like, oh my gosh, somebody touched Islam.
Yeah, because Volk basically kind of overperformed.
Volk looked amazing.
Just by holding his own.
Yes, exactly.
At that point, anybody holding their own with Khamzat, with Islam was a big deal, right? Because nobody thought was possible.
Because everybody's like, no one even touches this guy.
Here's this guy coming up a weight.
And Volk is amazing, and I love Volk. And
Volk is amazing.
And he came back and beat Diego Lopez, which I thought he was going to lose that too.
He beat a very hungry,
Diego's a monster.
Motivated Diego, and Diego was crushed after that fight. Man, he was in tears. And man, Diego's a great fighter.
I love Diego. He's young. He'll get his.
He's got great energy.
Yeah.
And it was so, me being a huge Volk fan, man, it was so great to see Volk triumph and come back. He's just I'm always in Volk's corner.
We're kind of older guys here a little bit, kind of past our prime a tiny bit here.
We
are. So when you see the old guy come up and beat the young guy, you're like, all right, one for the old guy, right? Yeah. And then when everybody kept saying Volk was too old, did you see that video he made with like the old man cap and the glasses? God, it's so good. Volk is amazing, and he's got like a lot of people don't know Cooking with Volk is over 1 million subs.
Wow.
Yeah, and there are people that watch, like he said in an interview, that watch Cooking with Volk that didn't know he was a fighter. It's crazy. That's crazy. That's beautiful. So YouTube, if you guys are enjoying, sub. If you guys are liking this, we're definitely going to spin this off into another channel that's just purely UFC because we love it. We could talk about this all day. Let's look at So
MVP.
MVP,
for me, not and
I love Jared Cannonier.
Jared Cannonier could catch him, but MVP's athleticism, he's so fast.
Yeah,
he's so fast and so agile. So
True. I think the bummer is one of the post-fight interviews. Jared Cannonier, they're like, hey, blah blah blah, and he's like, I'm broke. There's no money. Blah blah blah. So that's tough because we've all been broke. You know, I'm a business owner here. Yeah. It's pretty rough sometimes. I mean, for example, this July, there's nobody in town. It's pretty rough.
That's right.
When you come in and you've got like, you've got your business, your break-even number, and then you have this 1 month in the summer where everybody leaves, and you're just like under. Yeah. You're like, oh. So then you see interview with like, a fighter who's like a professional. You love this guy. Yeah. And he's like, I'm broke. I need more fights. That's sad. So yeah. Skill-wise, if I had to bet, I'd probably say MVP, but I would like to see Cannonier make some more money, just because I'm a softie on that one. Yeah,
I would
it's a tough call.
And I think, man, those guys have such different fighting styles. Yeah. Again, MVP is the way they fight is so different. So it's going to be fascinating just for that. But every time MVP fights, I get excited.
Yes,
Yeah,
for sure. Let's check if we've got any more comments here. MMA Guru has an idea about moving up in weight, gives you a small man's movement. Increase in power, better advantages versus moving down. Yeah, moving up in weight because you're not cutting. That's 100%. Yeah, I agree there again. Let's go. What are we at?
Yeah, on that note, I think Khamzat. I think actually Khamzat coming down.
That's tough.
Man, I think that may have like all of his immune system things and stuff like that.
The COVID stuff.
I think that for sure could have played into it, and I feel like some of these guys, when they finally settle, for instance, when
he retired, he's like, COVID was basically killing him because he wouldn't stop training. Yeah, and then Dana's like, tie this guy down, throw him in like a recovery area, and I'll pay for everything because he's Khamzat. I mean, everybody knows he's gonna come up. He's gonna. If you could keep him, he's a star.
I think the weight cutting, man, really hammers these guys. You know,
for sure.
I mean, like intensely. And I think I mean, they've obviously talked about.
Look at Alex Pereira, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
He was cutting to 185. He's like 240 pounds.
That is a fight I'm excited. I mean, I'm so excited.
The rematch.
Oh man, I'm so looking.
He didn't look good in the first one. Yeah,
he didn't. But I feel like
Ankalaev is Dagestani. He's stand up. He's great.
I feel like Alex is going to put his lights out in the second one.
Very possible.
I don't think Alex is going to lose again.
Would Topuria go for leg kicks before going into the pocket with Islam? He might. Yeah. Oh, man, that's the fight I want to see. Oh, these are the three, like I was saying. Topuria, Islam, Aspinall, Jones, and then Khamzat and Dricus.
Yeah, I think so. The thing, again, with that, I think the thing with Topuria, we saw it with, we've seen it with everybody. It's like, It's not that sitting in the pocket with Topuria is dangerous. It's that it's lethal. Yeah. It's different. It's different than
one hitter quitter, right?
Yeah, man. It's really different than like, wow, this guy's a great boxer. It's like his power is such that,
there's cumulative damage is not necessary.
Oliveira was unconscious before he hit the ground.
Crazy.
And
I didn't want to see that fight.
No, it was horrible. And everybody's really saying that it's way too soon for Charles to fight again. Yeah, because he wants to fight in his home.
It's tough.
And man, who doesn't love Charles Oliveira?
Man, Bronx, man. Shout out, love that guy.
He's a legend, man. But again, think about Ilya's power, man. Think about Max. Think about Volk. Think about the fact that sitting in the pocket with that guy is not normal. Like, it's not a normal sitting in the pocket. Because he's got those combinations, man, and his leverage, his power, the way he's figured it out, it's super dangerous. It's a totally different thing. It's on the same level as Khamzat's wrestling, really.
Yeah,
except that Ilya knocks you unconscious, and obviously Khamzat tries to choke you out, whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, and he's a killer. Let's do two more.
Okay.
So the first fight on the main card, Tim Elliott, Kai Asakura.
Man, Kai got destroyed by Pantoja.
So they brought Kai Asakura in because Pantoja's basically cleaned out his division.
Pantoja's an animal.
He's like lapping his division, and so they brought this champion in from Japan, who's like young guy, fit guy, good-looking guy. Let's bring this like flashy guy in.
Right.
Get some of the Asian market in.
Right.
And let's put him in with our champ versus champ. And we knew it was going to get smashed, but yeah, he did. That's a tough fight to come to. That's a tough welcome fight. But it's like Mighty Mouse. When Mighty Mouse ran through the division, it's just like, I'll keep continuing on that in a sec, but go for it.
And Pantoja, man, is an animal. That cat is so tough. Like, watching Pantoja fight, out of anybody in that weight division, I remember when he first when he took the title from Brandon Moreno.
Crushed, but
easily. Moreno's a great
guy,
but Pantoja is so fierce, man.
Yeah,
and you can see it in his eyes, man. He is not fucking around.
He
wants to take care of his family. He needs, and he loves to fight. But
Pantoja, the cool thing about him was, before he got the belt, he was already in the UFC and he was smashing everybody.
Yeah,
but because the pay, I guess, is not very good.
Right.
Until you get, to a top 5, top 10.
Right.
He was still like driving Uber. He said he was still either a taxi or Uber or something like that, which is crazy. Which is sad. That's hopefully big news. Obviously, UFC just partnered with Paramount. 7.1.
No more pay-per-view.
7.7 billion.
Starting next year.
That's awesome. I'm a huge UFC fan. I've been watching it since day one. Yeah. I hope that works out a little bit extra into the fighters' pockets. I know that pay-per-view points are gone, so that's probably not great for the champs.
Yeah.
But hopefully, I know. Yeah, hopefully the fighters get a little bit more, a little bit of a bump in pay.
There's a lot of money to go around.
Yeah.
So you would think they would be able to, be reimbursed.
I hope so. I hope so.
Because I guess
it's a different topic, but definitely,
it is, but it's so important, man, because obviously these guys have a tiny little window to do their career, and then they have to do something else.
Yeah.
For instance, I mean, everybody loves Poirier so much. Dustin's such a, Dustin probably
so beloved.
and I think he's a desk analyst right now. And
Yep.
Dustin is gonna, we'll be seeing him with DC or whoever.
Yeah, I love DC.
Yeah, those two
hilarious.
those two together would be amazing.
Would be, yeah.
And Dustin's a lovable guy, incredible fighter, and he'll probably have a long career. Not everybody's going to have that situation. Some guys are going to get hammered, and they're going to be
BJ Penn.
Their careers,
Tony Ferguson.
Their career is going to be over.
So sad. I love those
guys,
and
they're going to struggle.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yes, I think those two guys are amazing. But, yes.
Regarding Kai, I think based on Pantoja, I mean, what's your take on Tim Elliott?
I think so. Tim Elliott. So we're talking about Pantoja, who is just lapping everybody.
Yeah.
Right. So Pantoja's lapping. And they had to bring someone from Japan. They got to bring a champ from somewhere else, just to
throw
mix it up,
in the mix.
because they're giving him like Steve Erceg, who was just got into UFC, and because he's just destroyed everybody, right?
Erceg just won, which was
great.
cool. Yeah,
I like
nice to
him.
see him win, right?
Again, super nice guy, right?
Nice guy.
Back in the day, I would say maybe 10 years ago, maybe the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
They did something similar because Mighty Mouse. Demetrius Johnson.
Yeah.
He also was lapping the division.
Yeah.
He was smashing everybody, and they were saying that he was so dominant that they might even shut down the 125-pound division because it's just the Mighty Mouse show.
Yeah, there's
right?
no point.
And so what they did for 1 year, you can go back on maybe a Fight Pass or something, for the Ultimate Fighter, is they went and they found all of the 125-pound champions.
Yeah.
All over the world.
Yeah.
So everybody, Brandon Moreno went there.
Yeah.
I can't remember. There's a whole bunch of people. They went in there and they all had their belts, and they were all like champs in different different organizations. So they got, I think it was 15 or something champs. They got them all in there, and the winner would get to fight Mighty Mouse for the belt. And Tim Elliott won.
Oh.
So Tim Elliott won. So Tim Elliott came, I believe he was in the UFC before, he left, became a champ, and then he came back and he got to fight Mighty Mouse. So Mighty Mouse, if you go back and watch that fight, Tim Elliott, round one, dominated Mighty Mouse, which was crazy. He had him down. Like, everybody's like, what the hell is this? Like shades of GSP Matt Serra.
It shouldn't really happen. Yeah.
Shouldn't happen. So it was crazy.
Wow.
And then, of course, Mighty Mouse is like a genius. And then, round two or whatever. I can't remember how he beat him, though. Obviously, Mighty Mouse won. I can't remember what happened in the end. But what I remember was Tim Elliott, he was dominating Mighty Mouse in the first round. And so Tim Elliott is really good. So he's obviously had his ups and downs since then. What's
his record?
I have no idea what his record is. But yeah, so Tim Elliott, can I click on this and see? Will his record pop up here? There you go. So 21, 13 and 1. So his record doesn't look great, right?
Okay.
21, 13 and 1. And Asakura is 21, 5 and 0. But I mean, he's got to be up there age-wise. I don't know. But he, at that time, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Because he actually was dominating Mighty Mouse, and people were just like, how is this happening?
Yeah.
Because Mighty Mouse is just untouchable, right?
Yeah.
And so, so it was crazy. So if that Tim Elliott comes, he absolutely wipes this guy out. But we have to see what happens.
So interesting. I saw an interview with Kai, right? And Kai said, he basically said I had to look at what my weaknesses were. It was obviously clear to him that he had some holes in his game, and he said he's really been trying to work on those since Pantoja. Okay. That being said, he's kind of in a rebuild process because obviously he got dominated, and what he's been doing for a long period of time doesn't work here in the UFC, which means that Asakura has had to revamp the whole thing. So either he's revamped it and it's settled, or he's revamped it and he's still in the trying to figure it out stage, and he's not going to be super decisive. Tim Elliott's obviously settled in his style. So that's the one thing I can see with Kai. If he's still in this kind of figuring out what my problems are and trying to adjust them, that's probably not going to work with a veteran who's, like you said, who is even capable of dominating Mighty Mouse.
Prime Mighty Mouse.
Yeah,
right.
But
that was maybe, I would say, at least 8 years ago.
So we'll see.
It's been a while.
I guess we'll just have to see if Kai's if he's recalibrated for the UFC, because obviously UFC is a different
next level.
It's just a different level.
The top level. Yeah. I also think that just because we live in Taiwan, obviously, and for me, I think I like when an Asian fighter wins, because that means Dana's probably going to bring a show out here.
Yeah.
Like when Korean Zombie.
Yeah.
You know, he was doing something. He was doing well. Korean Superboy. They're like, let's put a show in Korea.
Yeah.
For me, that's not far away.
Yeah.
That's like a 2-hour flight.
Yes.
Right.
Super easy.
I went to Tokyo for a UFC fight night. Oben St. Preux was fighting on that one.
Yeah.
I went with some friends. It was amazing. I love Tokyo, the Saitama Super Arena. It was amazing.
Cool.
That was my first live show for UFC. And because we live in Asia, ONE FC is kind of bigger here, but in Taiwan, there's no like UFC, ONE FC, anything like that. Stuff is coming up. Actually, this August 30th, there's a Tap Out Island. There's a BJJ event here. We're going to be there covering that, which is cool. But when an Asian fighter wins, there's a good chance that Dana's going to he's going to come out and try to get the Asian money, right? Because bring him out. If there's no star, you can't just bring them. But if you got like the Korean Zombie or Zhang Wei Li or somebody,
or Ilya, but with Spain,
with Spain, same thing,
And you would think, hopefully with Ilya and Marab, at some point, like
Georgia, right?
Man, the Georgians. I can't imagine what, like, if Ilya and Marab were on the same card fighting in Georgia, dude. Could you imagine what that would be like? That's insane. Those people.
But I have to say that I'm a selfish guy, and I want them to come to Asia.
Yeah, I know.
So I can go watch.
It would be great. Yeah,
I want to watch some more fights out here. I love it.
I would love it.
We got to do it. We got to do it.
Man. And I was just in Chicago. I'm from Chicago.
Oh yeah, let's go.
I just got back. Drove right past the United Center, but unfortunately I came back before the fight. But I have to say it's been really cool seeing Dricus there.
Yeah.
He was taken to the Bears training facility,
Beautiful.
so he was able to watch those guys train. He got to throw out the first pitch as we were talking.
I love it.
At the Cubs game at Wrigley Field, which is kind of where I lived when I was a baby, when I was a little kid. We lived near Wrigley Field, so
that's cool.
It's pretty. I also really love that he's being really treated well.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's been on a ton of
he's a great guy.
He's been on a ton of the local shows.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Khamzat a little more out there as well, because it's kind of been Dricus.
Sure. Well, because he's the champ.
He's the champ.
And I think he's so. UFC is this is an amazing Khamzat quote, right? So, UFC. I believe next year is the 250th anniversary of America, USA. So they're going to do a White House card, right?
Yep.
And then anytime there's an interview, people always say, hey, John Jones or hey, whoever, do you want to fight on the White House card?
That's right.
And they asked Khamzat that.
Yeah.
And he's like, bro, look at my face. I don't think they let me go there.
That's not true, man.
But it's hilarious. It's hilarious.
We would love
Khamzat.
Khamzat is a legend, man. I would love to see him fight at the White House.
If he's a champ. The champ gets special rules, right?
Yeah, and he may be, but again, caveat being we don't know what's going to happen with Dricus.
Yeah. We got a couple more comments here. All right.
Eddie, I'm going to hand it off to you for 1 second.
Yeah, do your thing. So, okay, couple more comments here. With Taporia go for leg kicks. We did that one. Pantoja. Mean mugging Kai France during the face-off was the best. That's true. That's definitely true because Kai France, he's so great, but that was such a mismatch. It's time, Fight Week, who we got. Why don't you put in the comments below who you got, and in a few minutes here, we will definitely let you know who we got. I hope we get to see the Manuel Cape versus Pantoja. Yes. Manuel, yes. I hope Khamzat wins because of his style. I agree. Khamzat, he's got that style. He's like that. He's the vicious guy, right? Like Khamzat is just the guy who you see in the movies, the guys in the movies where they're just kind of like a 300 where they bring that killer out. He just comes out and he's kind of chained down. Danny the dog or whatever. They come out, this guy comes, they unchain him, and he just goes. His one job is to just smash.
And I agree. I think that I love Khamzat. I do like I was saying earlier. You guys probably missed it. We live in Taiwan. We're in Taipei. We're coming to you live from my restaurant here, Eddy's Cantina. Come if you're in Taiwan. If you're in Asia, come check us out. So Khamzat, yeah. So in this area, I've met a lot of really cool friends. A lot of my really good friends are South African, and they're all very, very similar personality-wise to Dricus du Plessis, and which means they're very friendly. These guys are friendly. They're so mellow. They're like bros. They're like a man's man. You know, they're great guys. And so for me, I feel like I hate to have DDP lose, but at the end of the day, we think that Khamzat is just this killer, and I don't think he can. Yeah, I can't really see. There was at one point the time where Khamzat was on the come up, and so was Shavkat Rakhmonov, and we wanted to see these two guys fight, which would have been. Shavkat got injured. That would have been a good one. Maybe we'll see that one day, but definitely, yeah. All good, brother. Yeah,
that would be great, man. The Shavkat Ian Gary was a good fight. That was another one. You know, two guys unbeaten, and Ian put. I have to say, I'm not a giant Ian Gary fan, just because of his personality. Sure. He's got skills, obviously, and he put up a decent fight. But Shavkat's a warrior, man.
I agree. I love Shavkat, man.
Shavkat, he's great.
One more. Nobody brought it to Usman like Khamzat. 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
We just talked about that earlier. Usman, amazing wrestler. Like even now, he dominated Joaquin Buckley.
Yeah.
And Khamzat basically ragdolled him, which was crazy. In the end, yeah, of course, you know, he was kind of coming back up, but that's the fight game, right?
It's the fight game, and those guys, they signed up for a 3-rounder, so it wasn't they.
So there's no point to train for 5, right?
Yeah. And I think that, again, when you watch the level of dominance that Khamzat had over a reigning kind of legend like champion, I mean, Usman is elite. He's exceptional.
He's one of the goats.
To watch if he got dominated.
Ragdoll.
Like totally dominated. Like, I mean,
well, I always think about the Kevin Holland domination. That was crazy.
And I mean, Dricus isn't even close to the same level as Usman. Not even close.
Yeah.
Again, he's
wrestling-wise,
he's got this power and this kind of awkward thing, but skill level, Khamzat is a technician. He's a master at doing that.
He's a lifelong master, right? Yeah.
Again, the only thing is RDR is tough. But I think Usman's defense, his grappling and his wrestling defense is better than. So yeah.
Okay. We'll see. Okay. So we're gonna have to call it pretty soon here. But let's go back to the top, or let's go from the bottom and then we'll call them. So one more time, Tim Elliott, Kai Asakura. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with Tim Elliott because I think Kai is still in the rebuild process.
Okay, I agree. I think Tim Elliott is going to do that. The old man strength, the veteran.
Man.
I like Kai. I think he's great for the division. Young guy, good-looking guy. Hopefully, the UFC comes out to Asia more.
Yeah.
But yeah, agree. I think Tim Elliott. And all right, next up, Jared the Killer Gorilla Cannonier versus MVP Michael Page.
MVP
Michael
is my
Venom
pick.
Page.
Yeah, I think his agility, his speed, and his style. I think MVP takes it.
Can't be touched, right? Yeah. Very hard to touch him. Jeff Hands of Steel Neal, Carlos Prates.
What do you think?
I think probably Prates. I believe he's trains with the Fighting Nerds. I think so. I might be wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong here. But I think that he's kind of the guy on the come up. I think Jeff Neal is amazing, but I think that Prates is on the way up. And Jeff Neal is kind of coasting. With all due respect, he's amazing. He's an amazing fighter. He can win it, but I think that Prates is kind of... He's coming up. Yeah.
I think exactly what you said. Jeff Neal can win it. It depends on what headspace he's in. But Prates has the kind of wind in his wings. He's ascending, and so I would go with you. Caveat being Jeff Neal could win it if he wants to.
He could if he just kills him, right? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, and then we've got Lerone Murphy and Aaron Pico. Aaron Pico doesn't even have a picture here. That's kind of that's not good.
Yeah, Lerone.
Lerone. You got Lerone. Okay.
I'm going to go with
Shades
Lerone.
Apache mix.
Yeah,
Pitbull.
just because Lerone is like proven.
Yeah. Is he undefeated? He might be, right? I think so. No, he looks. Oh, that's not. What's his record? Sorry, I don't want to cut you off.
That's all right.
I wanted to see if he was undefeated, but I don't know. I guess it's not on here. Okay. Whoops. We'll go back then. Yeah. Okay. I also agree. I think that Lerone is I believe he's undefeated. Correct me if I'm wrong. He just looks. He's a killer.
Yeah.
And he's been killing it at the UFC level. Whereas Aaron Pico, he's coming in, and we have to see how he does. Right?
So the one side note would be this: Aaron Pico has been training with Khamzat. They've been doing conditioning training with Coach Cal.
Okay.
If some of Khamzat's, killer mojo has rubbed off on Aaron Pico, maybe Pico has maybe he kind of,
He gets the rub, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Maybe he's coming in a different headspace or something like that. So I think that's a positive thing for Aaron Pico. But I think Lerone is solid.
Dana likes to throw champions and high level guys from other organizations into the deep end, right? So that's a tough one. That's a tough one for.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be. I'm excited to see that. And of course, main event: Dricus du Plessis and Khamzat Chimaev.
I'm gonna stick with my original prediction, which would be Khamzat by submission in the second round.
Okay.
The caveat being, that everyone on every podcast has said, I counted Dricus out so many times. I counted him out so many times. I'm not going to count him out again. I agree with that. This is kind of different. I think that, but I still think DDP could figure out a way to win. I just think he hasn't dealt with anyone who has wrestling on the level of Khamzat Chimaev.
Agree.
Yeah.
Agree, brother.
Yeah.
Let me quickly check the comments here. Walter Dricus by flying knee bar. Okay. Nobody brought to Usman Khamzat. Yeah. Wild taste. Yeah. Okay. Guys, I appreciate it. If you guys like that, don't forget to sub to the channel. If this pops off, we will definitely spin it off into a UFC-only channel, and we'll be here for the breakdowns. We're here in Taipei, Taiwan. Come out to Eddy's Cantina Mexican Restaurant. If you guys want to follow us, in the description below, our Instagrams are in there if you want to get in touch with us. And if you guys like this, let me know. Maybe we can set up like a call-in, and we can do the comments live.
That would be
great. But we
can
also get a call-in.
Call-ins would be great.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, it's hard to filter people out. Hopefully, there's no racists or any crazy
Get some
crap on
people
there.
shouting insults
but it'd be cool.
at us.
It'd be cool.
That'd be awesome too.
You can insult me. I don't care.
I don't mind.
I don't mind.
I'm good with it. Yeah.
I'm a restaurant owner, so I get. Yeah.
I'm a musician.
I get insulted all the time.
Yeah. We've both taken the hard road.
This was episode 1 of Beats and the Eats.
Yeah, man.
I am Eddy Gonzalez, Eddy Live, and we have Adam Sorensen, AJ or Adam Sorensen.
AJ's
right?
fine.
AJ's fine. We'll do AJ. We will catch you guys next time, and good luck on the fights.
Thanks, guys. And big shout out to Laura Sanko for giving us tons of stats that we use. Yeah, her podcast was great. So
and she's hot. So
she's beautiful. She's also married with kids, but
for sure. But she's still looking great.
She's still looking great.
And she actually fought as well. She was a fighter as well. So she's amazing. Yeah. Love Laura Sanko.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Catch you guys next time.
See ya.
See ya.